What would you do if a deeply personal family secret, one you'd chosen to keep hidden, was exposed by the very person who was supposed to be family? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. My name is Leo, and my wife, Sarah, and I have built a life together over the past 8 years. We're blessed with 2 wonderful children, our 5-year-old daughter, Lily, and our 2-year-old son, Ben. From the moment Sarah told me she was pregnant with Lily, I knew there was a possibility she might not be my biological child. And honestly, it never mattered to me. Lily is my daughter, through and through, and Sarah has always been faithful to me. The truth is, I never wanted to know if I was her biological father or not. That uncertainty, for me, was a non-issue. To clarify, because I know people jump to conclusions, Sarah never cheated on me. We had a rough patch about 2 years into our relationship, and we broke up for 3 months. During that time, we both dated other people. When we got back together, about 2 months later, Sarah discovered she was pregnant. We knew there was a slight possibility of another man being the biological father, a toss-up between him and me, though it was more likely to be mine. Sarah was completely upfront about having slept with others, and I was equally honest. The window of conception for Lily was just wide enough that we couldn't be absolutely certain if she was conceived while we were together or apart. Sarah even offered to get a paternity test, but I firmly declined. My entire family knew about our breakup and reconciliation. Lily looks so much like Sarah. It's uncanny. She has the same dark hair, the same charming dimples, and the same bone structure. I can see bits of myself in her too, mainly in her mannerisms. The only thing that doesn't quite match is her eyes. They're a warm brown, while mine are green and Sarah's are blue. Ben, on the other hand, is practically my clone with his green eyes, blonde hair, and bone structure. He looks completely different from his dark-haired, dark-eyed sister. My mother, Clara, has certainly noticed this difference and points it out frequently. This always gets Sarah's hackles up, both because of the underlying reality that Clara is unaware of, and because Clara and Sarah have a history of clashing. They are just very different people. Their personalities simply don't mix. A few months ago, a crisis hit. Sarah's sister, Olivia, and my best friend, Mark, who are married, were in a serious car accident. One of their 3 children was with them in the hospital, leaving the other 2 home alone. We immediately stepped in to help, and asked Clara and my dad, Arthur, to watch our kids for about 5 hours. Last week, Clara came over, her expression unusually serious. She said she had something important to tell me. My heart sank, a premonition washing over me. She then revealed, with a triumphant gleam in her eye, that while she had Lily unsupervised, she had performed a DNA test on her. She had compared it to her own DNA, which she admitted she'd ordered months ago specifically for this purpose, just waiting for an opportunity. The results, she announced, confirmed that Lily was not biologically related to me. And then, unbelievably, she started talking about a lawyer, someone she could put me in touch with to begin divorce proceedings. A cold fury settled over me, a feeling I rarely experience. I looked her dead in the eye and told her, my voice low and steady, that this changed absolutely nothing. She is still my daughter, I stated. And that's my wife you're talking about. Clara's face contorted in shock. She then started hurling names at Sarah, epithets I refused to repeat. It was at that moment, watching her venomous expression, that I made a decision. Get out of my house, I commanded, pointing towards the door. The words felt heavy, final, but utterly necessary. It's been nearly a week since that confrontation. I told Sarah everything. I blocked Clara on every platform imaginable, but the calls and texts from her have been relentless. My mother is absolutely furious that I never disclosed my prior knowledge about Lily's potential paternity. She has since disowned Lily, a phrase that sickens me, yet she still insists Ben is her special little guy and wants a relationship with him, but not Lily. This reveals Clara's greatest fatal flaw, her need for control and her shocking lack of empathy, which ultimately sealed her fate in our lives. This was your choice and had nothing to do with your mother. She did this solely to hurt your wife. I remember reading an online comment, a sentiment that perfectly encapsulated my feelings. Another wise person online had said, if you allow your mother to have a relationship with your son while not having one with your daughter, you'd be a terrible father. And they were absolutely right. Blood doesn't make a father, was the final point. and it resonated deeply with me. It's not just Clara. All 5 of my siblings, my 3 sisters and 2 brothers, and even Arthur, my dad, are angry with me. They're all demanding that I get back in touch with Clara. A couple of them even suggested I should thank Clara for what she did, claiming she was looking out for me, and now I know, but I cannot, for the life of me, justify my mother going behind my back to get a DNA test on my daughter without consulting me. I truly feel I'm in the right here, yet, there's a small part of me that wonders if I'm overreacting, especially considering I'm seriously contemplating cutting off contact with my mother entirely over this. My mother crossed some serious boundaries. Whatever past happened is my and Sarah's business. Lily is my daughter, whether blood-related or not, and quite frankly, it is none of my mother's concern. My mother is absolutely in the wrong to challenge that. The violation of bodily autonomy that my mother inflicted is frightening. My 5-year-old child no longer owns her own DNA sequence. The core lesson here is about true family, loyalty, and setting firm boundaries. What would you do if your family tried to dictate the terms of your own happiness and relationships, especially when it involves your children?